here for my 18th week update. I'm actually 18 weeks and 4 days, I think, but I haven't done any updates at all on my pregnancy just because I had been so sick and life got away. I was finishing teaching for the year. I'm sorry for the quality of this video. And my camera's not charged, so I'm going old school and using the iPad. As you guys saw from my announcement video, I found out before I was even 4 weeks. I was only like 3 weeks pregnant. And once 4 weeks hit, I was like, okay, so far I'm feeling so good. I don't think I'm gonna get sick this pregnancy. I was really crossing my fingers, and then like boom, right when 4 weeks hit, I got super nauseous, which was weird because with Elena, I didn't get nauseous until like five and a half weeks. So anyways, at 4 weeks, I had nausea, cramping, I was feeling a little bit dizzy. I was burping a ton, which is always seems to be some kind of pregnancy symptom for me. I also started getting really bad skin breakouts. I was having backaches. My boobs were getting semi-sore, which is kind of interesting because this time, since I have the breast implants, I noticed that my boobs didn't get as sore as the first time, because with Elena, like if water just ran on them, they would hurt so bad, but this time that didn't happen quite as much. I tried drinking more water, eating less bad food, and I continued taking my prenatals. I just recently switched them to the swallow kind because the gummy ones were just so unsettling to me. I couldn't handle it. At 5 weeks, I was super hungry. I just wanted like all of this different food. I remember telling Alan to go get me all of this like stuff from bagels to anything that I could think of. I was just like, please go get me this. My skin did clear up just a little bit. I was drinking lots of water and eating healthier. My first doctor's appointment was February 6th, 2017, and I went there, and he was surprised that I was already there so early, considering how early on I was, but I found out really early. So what they did was they did a blood test. They went over all of the food that I could and couldn't have since I had Elena, because a lot of it I forgot. They did a urine test. They verified my due date, which is October 14th, and they scheduled me for an ultrasound, which was scheduled for late February. So in February, I actually went back. It was the viability ultrasound, and it was so sad because that day Elena got a horrible earache and she really wanted to go with us to the ultrasound. So we went, but she was crying the whole time, so they just did it really fast. And we did get an ultrasound picture. If I can find it, I'll insert it in the video. Prior to getting the NT scan, if some of you guys saw my other video, which I will link if I can find it, I did the Harmony test, which checks for like different chromosome disorders, and it also tells you the gender of your baby by 10 weeks. So I did the Harmony test. I called in at the doctor's office, and as you guys can see from the video if you haven't seen it, I called in to the nurse, and she pulled up the information and told me that all of the results were really good. I was low on all abnormalities, and that we were having a little girl. So we went all weekend long thinking that we were having a girl. We actually even came up with a name. We were going to do Carly if it was a girl. So we found out on a Friday, told our family, went Saturday and Sunday thinking that it was a little girl. Then Monday he called me in the afternoon and said it was a boy, and I was like, what, are you sure? Like, I was in so much shock because we'd been told a little girl. We luckily hadn't gotten anything, and so we went, told all of our family, like, okay, we're actually having a little boy. So that took a couple days to like sink in, like, okay, we went from like having a little girl and now we're having a little boy. So it did take a while to sink in, and we're so excited. We're still so happy. We really didn't care either way. I know I always wanted a little girl, and I got my little girl. I have Elena, and Alan really wanted to have a boy. So we have one of our each, and some names that we tossed around. Well, actually, I'm gonna hold off on the name because I don't think I'm going to announce the name yet. Alan actually got me a necklace for Mother's Day this year, and it has Elena and our baby boy's name on it, which I was really excited about. I think around 14-15 weeks is when the bad nausea really went away, and I was able to at least go a day without throwing up, because from about 6 weeks to 13-14 weeks I was throwing up 1 to 3 times a day depending on how sick I felt that day. I couldn't eat anything. I lost some weight, and at my last doctor's checkup that I went to on May 5th, everything was really good. The heartbeat was 139 or 136, and they said everything was really good. As far as the abnormalities go on the Harmony test, they said for someone that's 28 my age, for a non-marker, it's usually 1 out of 800, and mine was 1 out of 50,000. So he said it was really, really good. I still have food aversions where I just don't want certain things. And with Elena, I craved a lot of sweet things and cheeses and calcium. So like with Elena, I wanted a lot of grilled cheeses and ice creams and like chocolates and things like that. And with this one, I despise chocolate. I think it tastes just awful. I don't really like anything sweet, no candy, no ice cream, anything like that, no cupcakes, just anything sweet sounds awful. And I've craved a lot more sour things. So we actually went to a candy store in downtown Universal City Walk, and I got all of the sour things I could find, like the sour strawberry belts and the spree chewy things. Anything sour was so good to me, and I've definitely wanted more salty this time around. So I don't know if the myth is true or what they say, but with my girl I wanted the sweets, and with my boy I want the sour and the salty. And what's funny is all of the things that I liked during my pregnancy with Elena, she loves now. So maybe this little boy's just not going to be a sweets boy. I did get a few outfits when we told Elena. We took her to the store, and so she could pick out her baby brother's first outfits. And since then, we've gotten a few gifts from different people.
Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. But mother will catch you, cradle and all. Baby is drowsy, cozy and fair. Mother sits near in her rocking chair. Forward and back, the cradle she swings. Though baby sleeps, he hears what she sings.
Actually already went to Babies R Us and got a few things and registered, and we picked the room I'm in actually is going to be his room. I'm gonna have him upstairs with me because we have 2 bedrooms upstairs, which my husband and I sleep in, and Elena. So we are going to keep him upstairs until he's a little bit older, and then this is going to be his nursery until we move and have a different house. But this is going to be his nursery crib set. It's tons of different animals. I don't know if you can see in the picture, and it has all the different sports in it. So as you can see, baby boy has already gotten a few things, already super spoiled. Elena is so excited. I've been feeling him kick a lot. It's so crazy because with Elena, I didn't start feeling her until around 17 weeks. And with this one, I started feeling him around 14 or 15 weeks. Just slight little flutters, and more recently, like the rolling around in there. No one's been able to feel him on the outside yet, but he's definitely a lot more active at night. So when I'm laying in bed or just laying down like in the evening, I can definitely feel him a lot more. He's on my left side down here. I got a fetal Doppler this time, and so every now and then I'll go and check the heartbeat just for peace of mind. So I think that's about it. I am sure I am leaving some stuff out only because, I mean, it's been 18, almost 19 weeks, and that's pretty much what I have to update on. Nothing significant has really been going on except for the fact that I've just been nauseous, not really wanting to eat. It's gotten a little bit better. I can feel baby kicking. All of the tests have been really good so far. And the heartbeat's always been around 135 to 140. It's never really been above 140, which I know is another indicator for boys, so I guess all of those little myths are true. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below, and I will be happy to include them in my next video because I know I just went over this real fast. Now, my next appointment that I have is going to be it is going to be May 31st, and that's going to be my official anatomy scan, even though we already know what baby is, but I know they also do a lot of measurements during that time of just like limbs and head and all of that stuff to make sure everything's growing properly. And at the NT scan, actually, the technician said that he's like, do you know what you're having? And I was like, no. I was like, yeah, they said little boy. And he was like, okay. And he's like, because I can see something between the legs, which made me feel better after the harmony test. Yeah, that is about it for this week's update. Like I said, leave comments below if you have any, and I will try to include them. And I will see you guys for next week, because I'm going to try and do all of these updates weekly now until the end of the pregnancy. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and thanks guys. Bye.